there, friends and neighbors, ladies and gentlemen, loved ones, new viewers, returning viewers. Here it is, the piece d'elegance. It is the Hyundai Accent, 2005. Put her on the road today, but has an exhaust failure. So we're going to do that. She has 150, what does that say? 153,883,000 kilometers. For my American friends, yeah, I said kilometers. 16 valve engine. Ooh, 4 valves per cylinder. Snazzy. I didn't even know that. Just noticed that now. Jeez. What is this thing? 16 VLG. FFE. I don't know what the displacement is. Good one. If any of you guys know, let me know. Needs an oil change. The oil pan's leaking. It's got a hole in it. I think I'm gonna do that with some epoxy putty, because I don't know if I'm gonna put an oil pan in it. But if any of you guys have done an oil pan in one of these, let me know. Let me get into position. I'll show you under the car. So you can see that the oil pan is dripping back here. The leak is actually, I don't know if I can get you guys in there. I can't tell. Is it that big? Where are we? I don't know if you can see it. It's up there, right on this right on that radius. And obviously the muffler there, the flex joint's completely gone out of the pipe. So I'm in the midst of cutting that off now. I cut the clamp off of this end the clamp came off, and now I'm splitting the tube. So that's the mission there. And I'm gonna see if I can hit it. Sorry about the waviness. Don't say tripod, because tripods are tough under cars. And we'll see if we can hit this bugger and open it up. I don't want to beat on that pipe because it's part of the, right on the catalytic converter. That's that part of the shell. I'm gonna keep die grinding this. I'll show you what I was doing. I was putting a slice in it with the die grinder. I got no glasses on. I mean, I got my safety glasses on, but I can't see what I'm doing hardly. So I can't tell if I'm on it or not. If I split it. The hope was to split it. I'm getting a peel out of that. I don't know if I'm getting a peel. Okay. You guys see what I'm doing? I'm going to work on this. I can't hold the camera, do both. And I'm going to see if I can get this little piece off that was part of the original flex joint. Stand by. And you beat on this long enough. Split her open. You guys saw that I put a little slice in it. And then I just pushed it around with the air chisel, with the pneumatic chisel, till it opened up and popped off. So there it is. Don't think I damaged the pipe at all, the original pipe, so that should just go right on. We should be able to get a decent seal. It feels okay. And yeah, because this is the catalytic converter right there. There's a flange here. I could have busted at the flange. Like, a new pipe's almost 200. Well, it's going to be 200 bucks to get it here, but I can get a kit on Amazon, a replacement, just for the flex. because all this is nice. It's in good shape, so why change it all? And I can probably save myself 180 bucks by doing it at Amazon. And then that doesn't include the bolts, well, which is nothing really, but the gasket here. And then I got to split it somewhere down there at the other end. So if I just put this piece in here, we'll be good. So I'm going to finish getting this out. I'll get this one off using the same process. And I'm going to split it, and then we'll go from there. I'll drive it off. And we should be good to order the piece that we need. I'm going to check local, and then I'll check, if not, I'll get it on Amazon. And then, like I said, I got to fix this oil leak here. It's leaking pretty good. I think, yeah, you can see. But I'm going to use I'm going to dump the oil out of the pan. I'm going to wash it down with brake clean, because I think the oil level's higher than is over that spot that's leaking. And yeah, I'll do that. I'll fix the oil leak and do the exhaust, and then that should be good. I got a small power steering leak I'm not too worried about. It's not that big of a deal. And I've got another unknown leak that might be brake fluid, but I don't think so, because there's nothing showing. So I'll get in deeper and have a look at that. It's got cheap Chinesium tires on it. I bought some old Uniroyals. I'm going to throw those on, and I hope they fit, because they are a bit wider, but we'll see. Should be okay. All the plastic smashed underneath this thing. She was in an accident. I'll show you guys how I know that. Yeah, right there, that frame has been clipped. Okay, so what that means is they cut the frame off of another car and they welded it onto this one. You can see there it was welded, and you can see there it was welded. And this fender on the driver's side is a Taiwan replacement. So she got, it's a bizarre, I don't know why they didn't change the whole clip, but they cut it and put a piece on. Which I would have changed the whole K member and bought one from a wrecking yard, but I don't know. I'm not the body shop around here, but it's not something that I would recommend doing. I mean, you can obviously, because that's an old repair. And the car was repainted because most of it's flying off, so. It's had new brake lines to the rear done. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to get back on the exhaust, and we'll go from there. I'll get it prepped and get it ready for the parts. Stand by. Well, alrighty friends, day 2 on the Hyundai. And here's what we got. Only thing in stock in the area, 1 3/4 inch flex. It's 2 by 1 7/8 adapter, and I'll tell you why that is. The original pipe is 1 7/8, and there's a 2-inch piece put on under there. It's welded on. They tried to bush it or expand it, I guess. So we're going to go with that. That's fine. We'll try that. Oil filter, because we got to dump the oil. The other adapter is 1 7/8 by 1 3/4, because the flex is 1 3/4, so a lot of work, hopefully. And then we got 2 clamps, because we're not going to weld it in. We're going to weld the adapters, but in case we got to take this nightmare apart to do the oil pan. But I've got a patch, epoxy patch for the oil pan. Hold on. So that's what we're going to use for the patch on the oil pan. That's all I got. So it says this stuff, PMC Super Quick set is ideal for patching, protecting, or building up most base materials, including steel, cast iron, aluminum, stainless steel, glass, wood, ceramics, and many plastics, including PVC. It can be drilled, tapped, filed, and sanded. Cures in 10 minutes with full properties in 60 minutes. This tube is older. Well, I'll bet you she's over 10 years old, so we're going to give it a try. I'm going to cut it with that. There's what we're putting in for motor oil when we're done. And yeah, we're going to crawl back under there and get on her. And we're going to see if we can make this thing quiet, because she is a missile. Okay, I'll be back. So the first thing we got to do is we got to make this short as possible, because our overall length is impeded. Because if this is the catalytic converter end and this is the extension pipe end, about right here in this spot is the O2 sensor. So this is the first thing we're going to do is we're going to trim this and make this short, because this slips over the junk that they got on there on the pipe that was originally the extension pipe that had this all in one piece. So that is there. So we're going to cut this off, and then we're going to weld this, and now this end becomes this. And this is only because we cannot find parts. Parts availability is terrible. There's been no, in this 2-inch, I measured it, and I could have swore this is 2-inch exhaust, but it does not fit. It's too loose, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I might try and procure some parts out of here to make that work. We're going to play with it and see. I'll end up with a ring here. So that might be the ticket. I don't know. First step is to butcher this so we can't take it back to the store and make this work. All right. We got the spot clear. We're going to put the epoxy putty right here. While I'm doing that, Jake's making up the adapter. Hello, where are we? I can't see. Right here. He's making up the adapter. You can see where this piece has been welded on. And then this is pretty scabby here. So I don't want to disrupt this. It's working now, so anyway, let's get back onto this.
Yeah, who's this? Kind of poopy, but it's really heavily zinced, eh?
Yeah. Luminized.
Is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Need a touch more heat?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'm saying I'm gonna go back over, fix that little spot there at the end. I need more heat. It's sucking the heat out of the weld pool. Ready?
Yep. So what we did is we shortened up the adapter, and we shortened up the flex pipe because we're running into a length issue. The reason why we're running into a length issue is we can't go too far back because of the O2 sensor. So the O2, that looks better.
Yeah,
way
I was
better.
being too conservative with the triggering. It's got a bit of thickness, eh?
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm gonna go back over on that side.
Okay. So there you go. That's as dirty as it gets for MIG. That's a luminized pipe, and it has some sort of oil in it, because you can see the oil is just coming out like crazy.
It's not
good
perfect,
enough.
but it's good enough.
Good enough. So we're gonna put that in now.
What
And
about the other side?
I don't know yet. We
Okay.
gotta try to figure out this end, which is down at on the extension pipe, and the O2 sensor's in the way, and that's going to be on the catalytic converter. So that's it. Down and dirty exhaust repairs, Canadian Tire style. Okay, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, here's the plan. We are going to take this assembly like this. This end here is to this end here. Once we slip this over the pipe that comes off the motor, the existing exhaust, the extension pipe, and this end of the flex are about flush. So we're going to put this assembly in under the car like it is. I'm going to slide this out, and then we're going to weld it. And we're going to try to get it as close to the O2 sensor. The O2 sensors are right here somewhere. Sorry, like that. So then we're going to weld it here, and then we're going to use a pipe wrench, and we're going to rotate the assembly so that we can get a good weld. Because the big problem with welding exhaust, they do make a flex head welding gun, but I haven't used them, so I can't make comment on it. And the big problem is getting to where you can't see, because the gun angle is just wrong to get on top. I have the whole exhaust still bolted in under the cart, and I don't want to touch none of the flanges because they're all crispy. And that being said, if I touch them, I got to replace them, and then we're getting into flanges like 15 bucks a pop plus the gasket. I just want to keep this exhaust system functional as long as I can. So, and I'll show you guys the patch. Let me get under the car. While I'm doing that, you can hit the subscribe button, and I'll be right back. All right, here we go. There's the patch in the pan. That's what we call epoxy. You can see she's got some dots coming. Maybe I'll put some epoxy on those while I'm at it. And there's a big spot here somewhere, Jake was saying. Yeah, right there. The pan's doomed. We'll spray it with some rust preventative crapola and see if we can extend the life of it. You can see we got anti-seize on the joints. That's going to make the pipe rotate easy. And then I'll show you once we get this. Where am I? Right there. You can see the O2 sensor there. Hey, that's the problem. You can't go too far because of that O2 sensor. So that's the downstream O2, and you got the upstream O2. And she's throwing an engine code. So I want to see why she's throwing the engine code. And we can't till we fix this. So there's where we are. And yeah, let's get this in situ, and then we can show you. All right, boys and girls, I know we were gone, you hit the subscribe button, but there you go. There's the pre-weld setup. So this collar is the slip collar. It's in position now. Jake's going to weld that seam. He's going to crawl under here. We got a piece of plywood up to block the wind. He's going to weld this seam right here. We're going to rotate it, and then he's going to get the other half. So that way you can't, instead of trying to weld up on top of here. And I've done it before. We've done it at the race shop. We've done it for what was I going to say? We've done it at the Meineke store where we used to have the race shop, and it's hard to do. But if you look at my flanges, like, they're crispy taters. I don't want to touch none of this. The one back down there has almost disappeared. If we zoom in on it, there you go. So this is what you're up against. Okay? Northern United States, the salt belt. You guys know what we're talking about. A lot of that's heat corrosion, and then a lot of it's salt corrosion. So Jake's going to weld that, and we'll bring you back when this is done. Alrighty, boys and girls, we'll turn around. There we go. Jake says he's got the best welding you'll ever see under here, so let's go have a boo at this. Let me get down here. I'm not on the creeper, I'm on the Jeepers Creepers. Whoa! I gotta love this thing. Who turned me on? Watch Wes work turn me on to this. Thanks, Wes.
They're nice because they're low and they don't push up to the vehicle.
Yeah, and then you can use them on the grass. Go ahead, try to use a wheel creeper on the grass. Oh! There you go, boys and girls. There it is. There it is. So we'll put the clamps in position, and we'll rattle it up. That's all full welded in there. And that's the best we could do it. And yeah. All right, let's get her rattled up. All right, this is it. The moment of truth on the abandoned Hyundai revival. See if this old Accent is gonna sound okay. All right, what do we got in the clock? 153, 897. And powering up. Oh, does it sound leaky? Crawl under there and see if you got a leak. I might have to rip that clamp up even more.
Where's a creeper? Holy.
Right there. See, you can be able to feel where it's leaking from.
It's leaking further down.
What?
Yeah, it's leaking
kidding.
Yeah.
Is our flex working?
Our flex, I think, is sealed.
You can't feel nothing leaking out?
Oh, it sounds like it's coming down from back down the muffler.
Well, here. Maybe.
Just to push the leak further back. Hear it?
Oh, it sounds like up at the front. Put your hand on the back side of that joint.
I can't feel nothing.
Alright, well, let me get in there. Well, stand by, folks. We're going to figure out this out. Alrighty, we're going to call this part 1 wrap up. We popped another leak in the oil pan. The only thing that's really holding it together is the powder coating, believe it or not. We found a leak on a lower radiator hose right down there. You can see where I put the clamp in, so that's fixed. The power steer, a lot of the clamps are rotted off and stuff at the back, so we're going to go through that, and then later chapters, I guess, on the story. We're going to do a little bit of body work. I'm going to show you guys that. I'm a little bit of an old pro at body work, and we're going to fix some stuff up. We're going to show you what a Shyte gun can do. Jake's pretty excited about the Shyte gun because it's got a great name. My daughter helped me figure out this crazy latch up here. It's sticky, but it's getting better because I thought the hatch wouldn't lock, but there you go. Okay, so the exhaust leak is not where we did all the work. The pipe has been reconnected. The exhaust leak has moved back to the next joint, that flange that I showed you that was rotten. So I'm going to go home, go online, try to find a flange repair kit, and then we'll go from there. The oil's not in there now because we're letting all that epoxy cure hard. The one patch was a success. The other one fell off because I tried to do it while it was leaking. So we dumped all the oil again, and we did another patch. So anyway, that's it for today. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. Check back for more content on the Hyundai Accent revival. Yeah, we're going to get this thing roadworthy. We might take it to Ontario. We haven't decided. Anyway, we'll talk to you soon. And remember to check back often for content if you don't ring the bell. But if you ring the bell, you'll know. Catch you later.